Hello, everybody. It's Randy Credico, live on the fly, and you know where I am? I'm in Greenpoint. I'm down here from upstate Albany. I drove all the way down here just to have a bowl of my favorite soup in the world, which is called French onion soup, and it's at Le Gamin. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And it's here in Greenpoint. It's my favorite soup in the whole world, and they have the best espresso. It's my favorite French restaurant in the whole world. So we're going to go in and talk to the owner of Le Gamin, and show you around. All right, be right back. Okay, folks, so I'm standing right outside Le Gamin. Okay, we're going to walk in. We're outside in the front, and we're going to walk in. I just had my soup. And I'm going to have a little bit of this, which is made with this, so you know it's good. It's like 90 proof or 190 proof. It's like absinthe, all right? Ooh, you get a buzz. All right, so, and then they have all of these wonderful different, this variety of beer and French wine and soft drinks. I got to get him to do non-alcoholic beer. And the book. This is the book. All right, written by the owner, Robert. You can get that online. We'll tell you how. And that's about it. I'm going to go to the garden right now, folks, and have another bowl of soup. Goodbye. This is the French onion soup I was telling you about. It is unbelievable. It's got no meat in it. It's completely vegan. And I thought it had maybe a lamb chop or something. That's how flavorful it is. Look at this. Just take a look at this soup. Don't you wish you were eating the soup right now instead of me? Damn, that is good. Here I am at Les Deux Gamin.
Le Gamin.
La Deux Gamin.
Ouais,
All
Le
right?
Gamin. Les Deux Gamins, that was a long time ago.
I'm Randy Credico. This is Randy Credico Live on the Fly. Today, we're doing something different. We are playing Anthony Bourdain. One of my favorite shows was Anthony Bourdain and his food shows. And I'm here with one of the great chefs from France in New York City and the owner of La Gamin.
Right. Le Gamin.
La Gamin.
Le
All right.
Gamin.
What does that mean?
Street kid. Street
kid.
urchin.
All right.
Street
So
urchin.
this is Robert. Robert,
Hey,
he's the sit a little tighter like we're a couple, baby.
Oh,
and
baby.
keep your mask on.
Oh, ah ouais?
So we are here in Greenpoint, and this is on Franklin Avenue, Franklin Street, 108 Franklin Street. I'm waiting.
No,
Street.
What?
I'm waiting for a bowl of my favorite soup in the world, my favorite French onion soup, and it's here, which I had the other day, and I had to come back and talk about it. How long have you been doing this?
30
Robert?
years.
30 years.
30 plus years. I started in Soho on McDougall Street in 1992.
1992.
And then, as you know, we opened a second place almost right after by complete luck on Waverly Place, not far where you used to live.
Right there where Pierre's restaurant used to be, on the corner of, I know, Waverly and Grove. Great place. I used to go there with William Kunstler and his wife and his kids and everybody else. It was a real party atmosphere, that joint. Then you have one on the Upper West Side, or the lower
Chelsea,
West Side, Chelsea, and
East Village,
everywhere.
Boston.
And now over there in Brooklyn, which this is Brooklyn. And so, Robert, is it difficult right now in the with the COVID crisis to garner business at this point in time?
Challenging, but I think it's better than 2 months ago for sure.
Yeah.
And
you're open, you're outdoors.
We
right?
were never closed.
You never closed.
Even during COVID. No, we were never closed, and we were doing, pick up and delivery, and being one of the only one open in that neighborhood, it was sustainable and all right.
Yes.
I mean, it was only me and my son, and then we're starting to bring back some of the staff once they felt comfortable coming back to work.
Well, this certainly is. It's no different than what it was, especially outdoors. The environment You really feel like you're in France.
Right.
But is that where you started in France?
No,
In the restaurant business?
no, not at all. I started in New York.
You-
I came to New York by accident from Hong Kong because I'm married. I met a girl who I ended up married, and she's still
A
my
woman.
wife and the mother of my children. And then when I came here as a Frenchman, I wanted to have my cafe in the afternoon while I was reading my newspaper, right?
Yes.
And there were no such places. I mean, there were few Cafe Reggio on McDougal, uh, a couple of places like that. But there were no, at the time, remember, no Starbucks, no Blue Bottle, no Joe's Coffee,
Right.
nothing like that. I mean, if you wanted a cup of espresso, for example, or cappuccino, you had to go to one of those fancy hotel uptown, right? Because
Right.
otherwise you had the, the Greek diner coffee.
I forgot about that. The different coffee offerings that you had back
Yeah,
then. Back
man,
in
I was-
'92, there was like 9 different.
Yeah.
You had the lattes.
Hey,
You had
the
the
most
espresso.
expensive cafe au lait in New York City for about 6 months.
Yeah, you did. Yes.
Right,
And
I
with the best
remember that.
croissants, you really had
Yeah.
great, and you always had great chefs. I know that you a lot of this menu,
Yeah.
which I guess is pared down today. Just give me a couple of the items that are on the fare here.
That's the original.
No, right now,
onion soup.
Just tell me what
Onion
do you
soup.
have? Right.
Hot monsieur. We have a very popular roast chicken, which we sell by the half or whole with fries and salad. Of course,
Steak free.
the steak frit is the standard, but the escargot are a good one. The profiterole for dessert. We're very people really appreciate the crepes as well, the savory and the sweet one. So
This is such a great
It's a
neighborhood.
cool-
You like the neighborhood?
yeah, Greenpoint is a good neighborhood.
Yeah.
Greenpoint reminds me a lot of Soho when I opened. And actually, a lot of the artists that were in Soho and Chelsea in the 90s have moved to Greenpoint in the early 2000s.
Right.
Because, for the same old reason, driven up by prices and stuff.
Now,
Lovely.
I feel like I'm there.
I'm in Paris.
Yes, I'm down there in
Down in
Tribeca.
Sturgis, it's
I'm waiting for a
Sturgis.
fire truck to go by, but that's what's nice about it. You're
Yes,
right on the
we
street
like
here.
it.
How do people get here?
How do people get here?
Yes, I mean you go by subway, you take it to
the G.
you take the G train to Greenpoint
Greenpoint Avenue.
Avenue, and it's just a few blocks
Yeah.
away. So just
a
GPS
lot-
it. And what are your
Yeah,
hours?
a lot of people, if I may, a lot of people also come by ferry
By ferry.
because you can take the boat from Manhattan. The folks that miss us from the city or that come and adventure and visit Greenpoint on the weekend, for example, take the ferry, which is a pleasant ride from 34th Street or from Wall Street. Subway's the G train to Greenpoint Avenue.
Yeah. And
That's it.
and you can drive here if you can find a parking spot. I got lucky.
Yeah, you
I
did.
found, and one of another customer here on a regular basis is Bianca. Bianca has been to your
Bianca, we miss
restaurant. Man, you
Bianca
miss
today.
Bianca. I
Yeah,
know your
we
wife
miss
is going to be
Bianca.
very upset that Bianca
Yeah,
wasn't there
Bianca's not
today.
there.
But she's been there in Manhattan here many times.
Yeah.
Well, so I'm about to get the onion soup. We'll get a shot of that later on, and we're going to go looking in the back in the garden, and we're going to get some interior shots. And any last words before you take that little trip? That's it.
That's it.
All
man.
right. Well,
a picture is worth 10,000 words.
all right. Well, I want to go inside and see if you have a nice painting of Marat by Gamin.
Yeah,
All right.
like that.
In the bathtub scene. All right. We're going to go with this. How do I pronounce it again? Le
Gamin.
Gamin.
Voilà.
Gamin.
Le
All right.
Gamin.
Right.
Le
Why are all the
Gamin.
French words have an S at the end? You don't pronounce the S.
This one doesn't have an S.
I know, but all the other ones, the only one that doesn't have an S. But it used to because it was Les Deux Gamins,
Yeah.
right?
Well, what's that word in English where you don't pronounce the K? Knife.
Knife. You're right. All right. Well, I'm looking for a knife to cut into that steak frite. Steak frite is a popular. What is the cut for
Hey,
steak
by the
frite?
way, the
What
onion
is the
soup?
cut for the steak
The
frite?
onion soup, where we use the hanger or the New York shell.
Yes.
But I prefer the hanger. I think it's a little bit more flavorful.
Yes.
And also least expensive for the customer. Hey, I was thinking, I should say that that onion soup you're going to eat is vegan.
It's vegan.
Vegetarian. Yeah, there is no meat byproduct. We reduce it, we caramelize it a lot, and we reduce it, and all very slowly, so we are able to extract the most flavor as we can, right?
Yes.
And that's why we don't need to put any chicken stock or veal stock, and because of popular request,
Man, now I'm going to take
Amen.
can I get some for the road to take up to Woodstock?
Of course.
All right.
You can. By the way, we do that. Yes. We
All
do
right.
put
So
some,
call up here. You can go online, right?
yeah, you can email me at logamacafe@gmail.com.
And get some of the soup
Yeah.
to go, man. It's vegan.
And then
So-
if you want some of the recipe at your home, you can buy Joie de Vivre, simple French style for everyday living on Amazon.
Okay.
It just released the paperback copy.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to go walking around. Thank you very much. And we'll chat with you later on.
Right.
After
And then we have a shot of the onion soup.
And we'll have the onion soup. All right. We'll be back in just a few minutes. We're going to play a little bit of music, and then we're going to show you around, folks, and this wonderful restaurant in Greenpoint, which I still cannot pronounce. La Gama. La Gama. Le Gama. La Gama. All right. Thank you very much, Robert.
Salut les mecs.
Okay.
Merci Andy. À tout à l'heure.
Bye-bye. We'll be right back.
Salut. À tout à l'heure.
We'll be right back. Momentito. All right. Well, this was a lot of fun today here in the great borough of Greenpoint at Le Gamin, having lunch at my favorite restaurant in New York City with my good friend, the owner, Robert. And so I've had the soup, I've had the fake beer, I've had 9 espressos, and I'm going to finish with this crepe. Look at this beautiful thing. All right. So, by the way, I'm Randy Credico. This is Randy Credico live on the fly, imitating Anthony Bourdain, who had my favorite show on CNN. We'll see you next time, folks. Thank you.
Quand il me prend dans ses bras, qu'il me parle tout bas, je vois la vie en rose. Il me dit des mots d'amour, des mots de tous les jours, que ça me fait quelque chose. Il est entré dans mon cœur une part de bonheur dont je connais la cause. C'est lui pour moi, moi pour lui dans la vie. Il me l'a dit, l'a juré pour la vie. Et dès que je l'aperçois, alors je sens dans moi mon cœur qui bat. Des nuits d'amour à plus finir, un grand bonheur qui prend sa place, des ennuis, des chagrins s'effacent, heureux, heureux, à en mourir. Quand il me prend dans ses bras, il me parle tout bas, je vois la vie en rose. Il me dit des mots d'amour, des mots de tous les jours, et ça me fait quelque chose. Il est entré dans mon cœur une part de bonheur dont je connais la cause. C'est toi pour moi, moi pour toi dans la vie. Tu me l'as dit, m'as juré pour la vie. Dès que je t'aperçois, alors je sens dans moi mon